Good morning, everyone. This is Chaitra. I'm around 3.5 years of experience in PEGA development. Currently, I'm working with one of the top MNCs in India. So, before going to PRPC, we need to know about the BPM. What is BPM? BPM is a business process management tool, and BPM is a methodology to manage the processes and the workflows in an organization. So there are many other methodologies available in the market, like Scrum and the Agile. Like these methodologies, BPM is also one of the methodology. So using this methodology, PEGA was introduced. So the advantage of the BPM, it will increase the efficiency and the performance of the organization. There are many other BPM tools available in the market, like Oracle BPM, TIPCO, Case 360, etc. The main advantages of the BPM is we can develop the applications in very less time, and it is cost effective, and it will improve the productivity also, and reduce number of errors, and will increase the efficiency and the performance, reduce duplications of the code, and provide more security compared to the other methodologies. And coming to the PEGA PRPC, is PEGA Rules Process Commander. It is a platform to build and develop the applications. So it is very flexible platform. Anything with the we can do any application. We can develop any application in this platform without coding. So it will automate the manual work and increases the efficiency and the performance. So the PEGA is built on Java, and in background Java code will be generated and that is executed at the runtime. So the main goal of the PEGA is it will eliminate coding and automate the manual work. So these are the elements of the BPM. User interface, business logic, process, data storage, integration, and reports. All these elements you can find in the PEGA application. And these are the some versions of the PEGA. Now the latest version is 7.2, and remaining versions are some earlier versions. And if you want to install the PEGA software in your system, so you need these system requirements. Operating system is Windows 7 or 8, and the RAM is 4 GB, and the space is you need around 15 to 20 GB in your hard disk. And then you have to install the PEGA software. So you can download the PEGA software from the PDN, or I will provide the software. So you can just follow the installation steps. I will provide the installation guide. You can just follow the steps in that guide and install the software. After installing the software, you can find these three icons in your desktop. So startup is you are starting the server, and the shutdown is you are stopping the server, and login is if you want to log in, you need to go into this. So after starting the server, when you click on this, server will start. It will take around 3 to 5 minutes time. So after starting the server, you just need to click on this. So this is the first page of the PEGA. So in the URL you can find localhost is the host name, and 8080 is the port name, and the web is the web folder name, and the PR servlet is the servlet name. After installation, and PEGA has provided some default user credentials. User ID is administrator@pega.com, and the password is install. So I am trying to log in with these credentials. Okay, just now I logged in with the default credentials, administrator@pega.com, and the password is install. So this is called the Designer Studio or a Developer Studio. So PEGA has provided some Designer Studio, which is used to develop the applications, and it is very it is very easy for the developer to develop an application. Okay, so first I will tell you about this designer the header part is the upper part is the header part, and the bottom part is the footer part, and the left part is the left pan, and the so this is and the center part is the development area. Okay, in the upper part, in the head, you can find this designer studio. In the designer studio, when you click on this, so whatever the widgets, so if you want to develop an application, you need some widgets. So all the widgets related to the application you can find here in the designer studio, related to data model, related to user interface, related to reporting, and some you will know all these things after in future classes. Okay, so whatever the widgets we need for developing the application, you can find in the designer studio. And next one is the PEGA rules. PEGA rules is the default application. So it was it is a built-on application for the all the applications. So when we are creating the new application, this PEGA rules is a built-on application. So in this PEGA rules, you can find if you want to open the application, and if you want to create the new application, if you have two applications, if you want to switch from one application to other application, so these are the options available in the PEGA rules. And next one is the launch option. So now Pega has provided three portals. One is the developer portal, manager portal, and third one is the user portal. This is the developer portal. So if you want to switch from developer portal to the manager portal, you just go to this launch, and you can find here manager portal. You just click on this, it will open the manager portal. And next one is the create. If you want to run your application, you can find your application here. Okay, so here if you want to run your application, you need to go here, create, and search. So if you want to search any rule in the application, you can just type here, and you can search the rule. And next one is the private or checkout part. um, Private and the checkout part. So private and the checkout part means, so suppose you are developing a new requirement, new scenario, so you need to create some new files. So whatever the files you created, those files are come under this private part. So it is under your control. So whatever the files you created, those files are under your control. Those files you can see here in this private part. And the next one is the recent items, recently viewed items. So in this you can find what are the files you viewed recently. And the next one is the help. In help you can find Pega 7 help and PDN, Pega support, and these are the things in the help. And next one is administrator. In the administrator you can find profile, user profile, and the preferences, and the operator, and the access group, favorites, and log off. These are the options available in the administrator. You will know all these options in future. I am just explaining briefly about each and every one. And in the coming to the footer part, in the footer part you can find all these are debugging tools: tracer, clipboard, UI inspector, UI tree, performance alerts, inspection prefs. All these are debugging tools. And coming to the left pane, in the left pane you can find recent items. This is recently viewed items. And next one is cases. What is a case? uh, Suppose we are developing a new application, some banking application. Banking application has some modules like accounts module, loans module, credit card module, transactions module. So each module is called as a case in Pega. In Pega terminology, each module is called as case in Pega. So whatever the modules are available, we are available in our application. So we have to create the cases in our application. And next one is data. So all the data classes are you need to add here. And the app, all the application related classes you can find here. All the application related classes you can find here. And next one is the records. You can find all the records related to the application. And next one, private I already explained to you here. This is same as private. And favorites also, uh, if you want to add some files as your favorites, you can add those files and you can find those files in favorites part. So this is about the Designer Studio. So these are the basic things about the Designer Studio. So I am trying to create the new application. In PEGA rules, you can find new application. Okay. Here, this wizard is called as a DCO, Directly Capture Objective. What is a DCO? PEGA has introduced some tool is called a DCO to create the new application. So coming first, what is DCO? DCO is used to create the new application, and PEGA did some changes in the DCO in earlier versions and the PEGA 7. So in earlier version, creating the new application is very complex compared to the PEGA 7. In PEGA 7, creating the new application is very easy. Okay, there are many changes, there are many things in the PEGA 6 or earlier version in DCO. But in PEGA 7 in DCO, we have only one option, that is the Application Express. In PEGA 6, we have Application Profile, Application Accelerator, and Application Express. In the Application Profile, mm, the business people will create the profiles, and the second one is the application accelerator. This is the technical part, and LSA will do all the technical stuff related to the application. And the third one is the application express. In the application express, we will provide some mock screens of the application, some default templates of the application. And coming to the PEGA 7, we have only one, that is the Application Express. In the Application Express, PEGA itself will create all the default technical stuff, and PEGA will create all the default users, and all the things related to application. PEGA will take care of that. So I am creating a new application, and I am giving some sample name. Suppose I am creating some banking application. Okay. And this built on application, I already told you, built on application is whatever the application we are creating in the PEGA, the built on application is PEGA rules. And application structure. In the application structure, you can find three options: framework and implementation, framework only, and the implementation only. So what is framework? Framework is if you are creating a new application from the scratch, and you are going to reuse that application in future. So in that case, you will go with the framework. Then what is implementation? Implementation means you are using already developed application. You are just doing some modifications in the already developed application. In that case, you will go with implementation option. And the third one is framework and the implementation. Framework and the implementation means you are creating the new application and you are modifying the application. So in most of the cases, we are using the framework and the implementation. And the organization gives some sample organization. So I am giving like IBM. Okay, this organization is already there. I'm giving HCL. HCL, I am giving organization name. Okay, here what is the business objective of your application? Just sample application. And click on next. So banking application, so I have to add some case types. So I'm just adding one case type. I'm just adding one case type is loans. So if you want, you can add the case types later also. Just I'm adding one case type, that is the loans, and click on next. And data objects also at this stage not required, we will add later. Then I'm clicking on create. So it will take some 2 to 3 minutes for creating the application. Okay, after creating the application, PEGA has provided some default user credentials. One is the admin, and second one is the manager, and third one is the user. Okay, we will wait. Uh, Okay. Meanwhile, I will tell you some more basics. Okay. In technical terms, what is a application? Application is a group of or collection of rule set. So, what is a rule set? Rule set is a collection of rules. What is a rule? Rule is any executable code in any executable code. Any executable code means suppose if you are creating one class. Suppose we are creating one class. So no need to write the coding and all these parts for creating the class. We just need to configure the class name and what are the things in the class. We just give some configurations. Backend, what will happen is some Java code is generated, and PEGA will take care of generation of Java code. So backend some Java code is generated. So that is the executable code. Server will execute that code. So that is the executable code. For any configuration, backend some Java class will be generated. So that is the executable code. So in PEGA, everything is called as a rule. So any executable code is called as a rule. And some group of or collection of rules is called as a rule set. So some rule set means some collection of rules. And what is an application? Some collection of rule set. Okay. So application is a collection of rule set, and rule set is a collection of rules, and rule is any executable code. So this is about some basic stuff, technical stuff about the application. Okay. Still it is taking time. In real time, we won't create the applications. Actually, only higher level, some LSAs, all will do the application creation and all these things. I'm just telling you how these things, basic things, DCO, and some application creation wizards, and I'm just showing you. In real time, no need to create the application. Okay. And one more thing is, suppose if you are selecting only implementation while creating the application. So if you I'm telling in real time. So you need to buy some existing application. So you need to take the of the existing application. You need to buy it from the PEGA and just to take that application, and you can do the modifications in that application. Okay. Okay. Still it is taking time. Meanwhile, I will explain other things. Okay, starting and the startup. So we have created the new application rules, DCO, implementation framework. These are completed. Okay. Okay. I will explain about the operator. So we logged in with the default user ID, that is the administrator at the rate pega.com. So in PEGA terminology, user ID is called as a operator ID. So in PEGA terminology, we call it user ID as a operator ID. So suppose if we want to create the new operator ID, so uh, we need to configure the application and the portals and the rules. Suppose if you are creating the 100 users, for each user we need to configure the application, portals and roles. So it is very complex to do all these things for each and every user. So PEGA has introduced some other thing, that is the access group. Access group is Just in the access group, we are configuring these three things: application, portal, and roles. We are just mapping this access group to this operator ID. So we are configuring access group only once. So we are just mapping this access group to the how many operators you want. You can just map it. So suppose if I am creating 1000 operators, then it is very easy to map that access group. So no need to create, no need to configure application, portals, and the roles, all these things. So I am just mapping the access group means it is giving some restrictions to the user. It is providing some restrictions to the user. Application, portal, suppose if the user we have three portals, but we are giving only one portal. So we are giving this access group to this operator ID, so this user can accessible to the only one portal. So we are restricting to the user. So that is the use of the access group. Okay, I think application is created. Okay, so I already told you, by default, after creating the application, default we will get the three users: admin @HCL, manager, and the user. So and the password is rules. So I will logged in with the my application user, log off, logged in, user, and the password is rules. Yes. Okay, this is the, so here you can observe this is my application name, and in the cases also you can observe. So while creating the application, I gave one case name, that is the loans. So if you want to if you want to open the application, just go to the banking, open application. These are the configurations for the application. Okay. Okay guys, so this is about the introduction of the PEGA and the how to create the application. In the next class I will tell you about the we will create some submodules in this loans application, and I will tell you about the classes and all the remaining stuff in the next class. Okay, see you tomorrow.